A summer that changed me. The lure of the great outdoors. The promise of another adventure in North America's largest country was always going to be too hard to resist. Canada, with its awe-inspiring landscape, vibrant cities, and friendly people, took me in with open arms. I'm Rahul Jagtiani, perennial thrill seeker. And what's more exciting than hitting the open road in a new country? My grand affair with Canada started in the easy-on-the-eye west coast city of Vancouver. A bright and happy hello from a city that I've instantly fallen in love with. It makes me feel fit, makes me feel fab, because I can go off on a hike or hop on a bike. If you love the outdoors, you gotta love Vancouver, so wanna check it out? Seldom are cities so closely connected with nature. Vancouver, with the Pacific Ocean at its doorstep and forests and mountains all around, makes it one of the most desirable cities to live in. Barely had I landed, I drove straight through Stanley Park, spread over 1,000 acres of green with beautiful rose gardens and horse-drawn carriages ferrying around a delighted bunch. And I just had to pull over to take in the crisp evening air myself. You're not gonna run out of space here, but you will run out of excuses to not stay fit. So I took off for a quick jog along the famed seawall that hugs Vancouver's waterfront, and I soon realized, what a brilliant idea to shake off that jet lag. A fresh start the next morning in the north of Vancouver at Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. The main draw here is the 430 feet long and 270 feet high suspension bridge, surrounded by a dense rainforest. And my first thoughts? Vancouverites really do love the outdoors. And more the people, more wobbly the bridge. So brilliant idea number 2. Wobble along and don't try running across this one. And when you do reach the other side, you've got to try the Treetops Adventure, a much shorter and easier trek across 7 mini suspension bridges, from one tree to another. That was a morning well spent, and a short drive further up from Capilano is the base of Grouse Mountain, where a sky ride, the first of a few I'd have on this trip, took me 4,000 feet high to the peak, and offered undoubtedly the best view of Vancouver. Walking around here, I discovered 2 of Vancouver's favorite lumberjacks, Johnny and Willie, who put on an entertaining act for the buoyant crowd. Equally packed was the Birds in Motion show next door, where I witnessed up close majestic hawks and falcons. The peregrine falcon, I learned, is the world's fastest living animal. Faster than a cheetah, and can dive at a speed of 200 miles per hour. That, my friends, is Formula 1 speeds. Early the next day, I raced through downtown Vancouver to get to Granville Island. Not quite at Formula 1 speeds though. Once an epicenter of industrial activity in the late 19th century, Granville Island is now an important recreational landmark, with its remodeled warehouses now hosting a variety of restaurants, bars, and a popular food market, the heart and soul of this neighborhood. I love that it's located right on a marina, which was the starting point of my next outdoor pursuit. Let me tell you something. I need a really good reason to wake up this early and get out, especially when I'm on holiday, but whale watching, well, that's a good reason. But you know how it's always hit or miss with these guys, so I need all the good luck coming my way today.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning. And finally we were off, embracing all that the cool waters of the Salis Sea had to offer. My camera lens in sharp focus for any signs of movement. But whale watching is a patient man's game.
Well, it's been over 2 hours and yet there's no sign of the whale, but I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so always stay positive.
And eventually they did turn up. Magnificent orca whales playing hide and seek, revealing themselves just long enough for us to get a glimpse of them against the glistening rays of the Vancouver sun. My final stop in Vancouver was at the University of British Columbia Museum of Anthropology that sits on the ancestral land of the Musqueam people, the oldest known residents of the city and one of the many indigenous tribes of British Columbia. Collectively known as the First Nations people, these tribes have their histories and stories embedded in the various works of art proudly displayed here. I was really glad that my only indoor experience in Vancouver was also a culturally enriching one. The open road beckoned. A 2-hour scenic drive to get up to 670 meters above sea level, aptly known as the Sea to Sky Highway, brought me to the village of Whistler, a popular ski resort in the winter and an equally enticing adventure destination in the summer. I checked into the plush Western Resort and Spa and instantly fell in love with its warm, quintessential mountain resort vibe, as well as its strategic location in the heart of the main village square. One glance out of the window and I just knew Whistler had great things in store for me.
You know, I keep getting asked if I'm a beach person or a mountain person. And I've always thought of myself as being a little bit of both. But after coming to Whistler, places like these, I tend to become a little bit more partial towards the latter because Whistler's glitzy, it's adventurous, it's sporty, great restaurants and bars. And this is the kind of place where I'm already feeling a lot more relaxed. And I can see myself coming back here again and again.
I eased into my day with another stunning gondola ride to the top of Whistler Blackcomb Mountain, soaking in the spectacular scenery of the alpine terrain. This was nature at its best. To get to the top of the summit, however, I had to trek a short distance to catch another ride. Which brought me to the Cloudbreaker Sky Bridge, an engineering marvel with sweeping views of the valley below.
So here's a tip for you guys. The day you decide to come to the peak, wake up 5 minutes earlier, gather your belongings, get ready, but do not forget your camera.
Also important here is the Inukshuk, a man-made stone structure resembling a human figure that represents the spirit of friendliness and community, the very best of Canadian values. Okay, I have a confession. It's hard to drag me out of bed early, unless of course I'm getting my dose of an adrenaline rush.
Still too early in the morning for me, but we're going river rafting, so that cold water is going to wake me up.
And apart from the thrill of river rafting, easily one of my favorite aqua adventures, it was the Inukshuk, that spirit of friendliness and warmth that was alive and kicking on that chilly morning. That good-natured banter. Swapping of travel stories is what really cuts through cultural barriers and connects travelers from across the globe. Your vibe truly attracts your tribe. We started off gently paddling on Green Lake, but my heart started pounding faster as the roar of the rapids grew louder. I was now fully awake. I wasn't quite done for the day yet. Later that afternoon, I signed up for a Zip Trek tour, a series of 5 zip lines joined by a network of suspension bridges and boardwalks. Exhilarating stuff. And listening to a few fun facts from the expert guides about the natural habitat here made it all the more interesting. Like how a woodpecker has made large holes in this tree, looking for bugs, but could eventually end up building a neat little home here. But the moment I took off, it was pure joy. For those 20 seconds, I was probably Canada's oldest teenager.
Last one, guys.
Yeah.
Last one. That was one hell of an experience.
So riding bikes is also my jam, especially on a nice warm sunny day. Not only does it keep me healthy, but it's when I usually do my best thinking. But that day, I was simply lost in my thoughts, following a trail that led me to Lost Lake. After the heart-pumping experiences of the previous day, I was keen on some much-needed downtime. My last few hours in Whistler after all.
So my original plan was to drive back from Whistler to Vancouver and then take a flight out to Calgary and explore the national parks there. But I've now decided I'm going to drive and turn this into an epic adventure. And what's adventure without a little bit of a detour, right? So I'm first going to drive through some gorgeous wine country in Kelowna before making my way through the Rocky Mountains and exploring the national parks.
This 5-hour journey from Whistler to Kelowna was already turning out to be a lot more scenic than I had imagined. In downtown Kelowna, overlooking Lake Okanagan, my hotel was the ideal spot to soak in the serenity of this gorgeous town. You know, the kind of place you'd come to and wouldn't want to leave. Driving through the impressive Okanagan Valley, I wasn't surprised to learn it's one of the top wine-producing regions in the country. Here I was graciously hosted by Julian at his family-owned winery.
Julian,
Welcome, Rahul. Good to finally meet you.
good to finally meet you. Finally, I'm here.
You are.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and I'm sorry, I got a little lost on the way, but then sometimes the best way to discover new places is by getting lost, right?
You certainly can get lost looking at the view here. Let's take a walk through the vineyard here.
Let's do it, yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, you've got some interesting things lined up.
We do, yeah. We have a great day for you. We're gonna put you to work.
Oh,
you know,
really?
we're gonna get
have to earn my wine.
You're gonna get dirty. I'm sorry.
I should have got a change of clothes, you know?
Oh well, yeah. You might have to. We'll shower you down, hose you off.
Well, sure.
Rahul, I'd like you to meet Matt Tamain, our chief winemaker.
Hi, how are
Nice to
you?
meet you. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
We'll walk you through getting dirty today with us.
Okay, looking forward to it. Okay,
Excellent.
let's check it out. Okay, Matt, what do you have for me?
Okay, so we've been aging.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh no, you'll be fine. This is very easy. We've been aging Sauvignon Blanc in our clay amphoras for the last 9 months on skins. So they've picked up what we wanted to pick up. It's time to press them.
All right.
So I've got a nice sanitary stainless steel bucket in that amphora. And basically, just get in and start shoveling out.
Okay, all right.
Dip it in as much as you can and tip it straight into this puppy. Beautiful.
Okay, not bad.
Now repeat that about 300 times.
That's one workout, right?
anytime you do any process in a cellar, you're taking away what the vineyard gives you. And so that is our unique selling proposition, is exactly where we are located. So our vineyard is different than anyone else because we're in the Okanagan, we're in Summerland, we're on Switchback Vineyard. By doing less in the cellar, we're able to express more in the bottle from our site.
A day of learning to earn my wine, and I had another unexpected lesson awaiting. The same evening, as I strolled along the lively pier in downtown Kelowna, I was drawn to the distinct sound of Latin beats. And before I knew it, I was dancing, grooving, trying to be my charming best friend Alicia.
So that was totally random, right?
Yeah, seriously, you drove by.
I know, I was just walking past and I noticed this group of people just dancing, and the next thing I know, I'm dancing with you.
Of course, I love welcoming newcomers to the Kelowna salsa community. It happens every Tuesday. It's a free event, so it brings out a lot of people.
So how did I do, by the way?
Not bad, not bad. Not bad for like 20 years ago, you know.
Yeah, well, you just gave out my age. No, I did it a long time ago, but yeah, this was fun. Totally unexpected.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we did this. Yeah. So, I mean, what's the salsa club here all about? I mean, is it like a free class or something?
The Kelowna Salsa Community is a non-profit here in town, so we're registered with the BC Societies. And basically, we put on events for very low prices so that everybody can join in. We teach classes, we host events. So this is one of our most popular ones in the summertime, and we bring in instructors. So basically, we're just promoting dance and getting active and meeting new people because it's a great way to meet people.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And I'm pleasantly surprised how friendly people are here. And when I came to Kelowna, I thought it's a nice, sleepy town with just the vineyards. And I went to the vineyards earlier, and that's beautiful.
Great wine.
But yeah, great wine. But pleasantly surprised to see all of this, the lake, Okanagan as well, and of course discovering your class. So I should thank you for enriching my Canada experience, and it's been a complete pleasure.
Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank
Anyone
you so
is
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Let's go dance.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Clearly nursing a salsa hangover, I drove across the border of British Columbia into the state of Alberta, a 7-hour journey to get to Banff National Park, Canada's oldest one. Driving through dense pine forests and the famed Canadian Rocky Mountains. The alpine town of Banff, inside the national park, is laid back with quaint shops and restaurants lining the streets, and flanked by the jagged peaks of the Rockies on all sides. In the mountains, there's never a dearth of activities to fill in the long summer days. And I wasn't about to miss out on another fit and fab experience up Mount Norquay. By then, I was a veteran of gondola rides, and this one took me to the starting point of my Via Ferrata experience. Italian for Iron Road, Via Ferrata is an assisted climbing route secured to the mountain's steel cable path.
This is a lot of fun, guys. I know it looks dangerous, but it's pretty safe as long as you know what you're doing. Simple instructions to follow. We good, yeah? So, made it to the top at last. As you can see, I'm one with the clouds, but the best part of this experience is the climb. That's the most thrilling, and yeah, spending about 15 minutes here and we're ready to go down. So that was good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Did it.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you.
A name that's often mentioned in the same breath as Banff is Lake Louise, a tiny village a mere 45 minutes away. My hopes were dashed as the relentless rain kept me away from the main attraction here, the astonishingly turquoise lake, and I had to make do with an indoor view from the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. So close, yet so far.
I'm sitting here by the hotel bar. I've got myself a nice seat by the window. I've ordered some food and a nice cocktail called Glacier Gondola. That's vodka with coffee. Vodka to help me drown my sorrows because the weather gods are not showing me any mercy today. And of course, the coffee to help me stay wide awake to still enjoy this gorgeous view. Hopefully, I get a chance to go out there today. But until then, cheers.
But I didn't come this far to just stay indoors. And it seemed like the whole universe, or at the very least the canoe rental guys, conspired to get me out there.
So sometimes you just have to go for it, right? Not the best day, but I've got Andre here with me.
You bet.
Who's gonna make sure that hopefully I'm not gonna need this life jacket in there. Right?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm here for.
All right, so buddy, fix me up.
Sure. All right, so you got that first strap. I'm gonna do the second guy for you. All right, looking good.
Okay. We good?
Worked great.
This is awesome. Yeah, I think we've got the whole lake to ourselves, by the way. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this is fun. Definitely on my bucket list. Not in the rain though.
Not in the rain.
Yeah, but
Adds a little element for sure.
had to be done. Wow, it's just so beautiful here.
Call it my awesome karma that on my way out, I swerved and pulled into this parking lot, where I witnessed one of the most breathtaking sights on the strip. Moraine Lake just blew me away. I was at a loss for words then, and I'm at a loss for words now. A summer that changed me. My cup runneth over. The open road beckoned again.